Flosstube! Welcome to this video. My name is Anna and I'm here to talk about cross stitch. Today is Sunday, March 1st, and I'm here with Theodore to give you another update on my stitching progress. Today's video is a bit spur of the moment. I don't really have anything planned, so hopefully everything goes smoothly. Some of my stuff is still in the hoops. I just really did not do any preparation before this video at all, so I'm just gonna get right into it, and this probably won't take too long since I don't really have anything planned to say. So I'll just go ahead and get started with my full coverage project that I worked on in February. I switched from my Artisy pattern to my Heaven and Earth Designs, which is Minnie Birdsong by Tatiana Federova. I've shown you pictures of the preview and what it looked like last time. I didn't work on this a whole lot. I am still doing the parking in diagonals. Let's see. And so here it is now. Sorry, I have a band-aid on my hand here. I cut my finger earlier. So I just started on this next diagonal up here, working down this way. And you can see that it's still mostly background. I'm glad there was a little berry right there because otherwise it's just a lot of greens and blues. So yeah, I also put a little bit more in over here in the sky. I'm just kind of working in a thread every now and then so that I'm not overwhelmed when I get to this page because it's almost entirely one color. Anyway, this is my progress. I worked a little bit on a lot of projects this month, so it didn't get as far as I would like, and I will keep this out in March as my one full coverage project that I work on. So yeah, I really like that it has really spring colors, and it's definitely starting to feel more like springtime here. Even though we're supposed to get some snow tonight, that's still very seasonable weather, whereas some of the mild weather we've been having has not really been normal for the season. So it's starting to feel like spring here, but not too quickly. The next pattern project I worked on was Spirit of Christmas by Lavender and Lace, and this one is still in the hoop. I'll show you a picture of where it was last time, and there it is now. There we go, maybe. So mostly I worked on the green part of this wreath here. I put a little bit more into his hair, I guess, and beard area. And yeah, mostly worked on the wreath. You can see there's one red candle that's going in right there, and otherwise it's just greens and some, I guess, like little red berries in it. I like this one a lot. I still wish I had done it on a darker fabric, but I still like it. It's looking a little yellow. It's a bit weird on the hoop. Hopefully next time I can get everything out and iron it and that sort of thing so that I have better pictures of it. But anyway, that's my progress. I'm surprised I got this out because Christmas was not too long ago, but just for some reason I wanted to work on it, and yeah, so that's how far I got on it. I have no idea what I'm going to pick out for March to work on. I might work on any of these, or I have some that I didn't get to in February, so maybe I'll go through my box of whips that are still in the box. We'll see. I don't know. Alright, next I worked on... When I say next, I didn't necessarily work on these in this order. I tend to show them to you in order of when I started them, so like my oldest project first. So my next project is this Prairie Schooler Birds and Berries. I'll show you a picture of where it was. And here I am now. This one is a lot of fun because it's so quick. It goes really quickly. I want to work on this some more just because I made some progress without putting much time into it at all. I did more on the tail of the red-winged blackbird, and I did this branch here, and I'm almost done. I just have a couple berries and a little more branch over here, and then this top part's done, and I just have the bird and some greenery underneath. So I'm really liking this one. I've mentioned that I have fabric for the other 3. There's 4 of them total. So as soon as I finish this one, I'll probably start the next one and just count it as one width, even though there's 4 of them, and I'm gonna frame them separately and stuff. So anyway, that's where that one is. I'm enjoying Prairie Schooler a lot, and I'll talk more about that when I talk about my plans later. Okay. Next, I worked on this Blackwork pattern. It's by Peppermint Purple from Etsy. I think it's just called Blackwork Square. I'll definitely have it in the description box. I'll show you a picture of where it was last time. Okay. And then this is where I got to now. Okay. Maybe I will have to insert pictures to show you guys, but that's how far I am now. I'm really enjoying it. This flower block I had to customize a little bit because I changed the petals so that they're pointy, and that made them a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna have to change the lattice work that goes behind it. But I'm enjoying working on this. It's nice to change because the black work is just a little bit different from normal cross stitch, and I really like choosing the colors and that sort of thing. And the metallics are not that bad to work with. I just have to use pretty short lengths, and I think that hearing other people talk about it, I use pretty short lengths anyway. So anyway, that's where I am on that. I like it a lot. It is very Christmassy, so we'll see whether it comes out again this spring. But yeah, there we go. I'm still interested in doing other blackwork projects where I can customize the colors, because this one has been a lot of fun so far. Okay, I also worked on, I feel like I'm going really quickly through here because I don't have much to say right now. Okay, so I worked on Millennium by Teresa Wentzler, and I mentioned when I first started this that I am stitching this with the earth in mind. So when I do stitch on this, I like for it to be quiet, and I'm generally not doing anything else, just to try to think about that kind of thing while I'm stitching it. So I'll show you a picture of where it was before. And here it is now. So I finished this little 1/1 planet, and again, I mentioned this last time, 1/1 is going to take forever. I can see it just fine on this 28 count linen. Oh, that's why I'm going so quickly. I've forgotten to tell you the fabrics. Well, it's too late now. Okay, so this is 28 count linen. I think it's Stormy Gray, but I forgot to bring my notebook, so who knows. And yeah, so I've stitched around where the earth is going to go, and then I finished this little planet, and then this spot here is going to be another little 1/1 planet, and I think that the new one is going to be some orangey colors. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see. Nope. Okay. Over here, there's a kind of a brown planet. That's the one that I've now outlined, so I'll probably do that. Next time I pull this out, I'll probably try to stitch that 1/1 planet there. Yeah, that's my progress on this one. I enjoy it a lot. I mentioned this last time, when I use my book light, that's plenty of light for me to see with. I don't need a magnifier, but again, I think that's because it's on 28 count versus something smaller. So there's that one. Okay, and then the last one is a new start that I did in February. I mentioned last time that I had a few options and I wasn't sure which one I was going to do. I posted on my Instagram account, which I'm still figuring out how to use Instagram. I posted the one that I chose, which really everybody, many of the comments were really kind about all of the projects. A lot more of you encouraged me to start this one because of springtime. So this is Springquakers by Rosewood Manor. And I have the called for fabric and the called for Voldani threads. So still in the hoop, I'm sorry if that bothers you. That's how we're doing it today. So that's my start on it. So I did the top left motif and then the word freesia. It's fun. It's neat using these variegated threads. I tend to do full crosses anyway on my projects, not all the time, but I have to start and stop so frequently that if I do half crosses all the way over, sometimes I have to walk away from it for days before I can stitch on it again, and it's not as, I just don't like leaving all those little half crosses. I'd rather just do full crosses and then leave my thread in the next spot. But anyway, so I'm doing full crosses just to make sure that the variegation shows a bit better. I don't think the light here is going to pick it up as much, but you can kind of see it on the word here that's backstitched, that the E's are much darker, and that's just the thread, the dye on the thread. Yeah, this one is a lot different from my other projects. I'm trying to figure out how to carry my threads on the back without it showing too much. I'm not too worried about it. I am carrying my threads, but I'm trying to tuck them under the other threads so that they're at least in the same lane, I guess. I like the fabric. I don't really know what else to say about it except that I got all of this whole thing as a kit at an estate sale, and I only paid a few dollars for it. And a lot of people have commented or said, I had talked about how expensive it is to kit these projects up, and I have to agree that that is a lot of money to pay for a project. If I were doing just one project at a time, then I think that it makes sense to invest that amount of money. And I'm certainly enjoying using this stuff. But hearing how much it would cost to kit this up on my own, I'm not sure that it's worth it yet. I don't think that I would be able to invest that amount. So I'm glad that I could save this kit from an estate sale and that I get to benefit from just buying things secondhand. And then this is also not languishing somewhere with relatives who don't know what to do with it. I had somebody ask me, when I go to estate sales, do I have an idea that there's going to be cross-stitching stuff there? And the answer is yes, ish, maybe. So for those of you who don't know, an estate sale is, so typically someone has died and their loved ones have come and taken all their personal belongings and that sort of thing, and they're left with an entire household full of goods. And then they'll hire a company to come and sell them just in a few days. And so you walk into a house and it's seriously the whole house is for sale, furniture and everything. And these companies will post pictures of like the high ticket items. Cross stitch is generally not featured in those pictures, but I look at the pictures carefully to see if there's cross stitch hanging on the walls or if there's magazines, and you can see that they have 3 shelves of just cross-stitch magazine in their basement. That's a clue that they have some cross-stitch stuff there. And then if they have a dedicated craft room, or they're like really into quilting or yarn works, like knitting and things, if they've got tons of that stuff, then there's a chance they dabbled in cross-stitch at some point. So I go and look when I have a clue that there's going to be some crafting supplies there. But I should also say that I strike out a lot. I swing by thrift stores regularly. Like I'll go to the same store once every couple months. And I often leave empty-handed. And I go to estate sales and garage sales, and I frequently buy nothing. But then occasionally I'll come upon a house where they have, not just this kitted up, but they also have some other patterns that I haven't seen before. And it's just, I feel good knowing that their things aren't languishing there, and it's also helping guide me in trying new things. So, all of that to say, I'm really enjoying this project. I can't say for sure yet whether I would invest in it brand new, but I'm really enjoying working on it right now. So yeah, that was my new start for February. I started in the middle of the month, so I really only worked on this for, I think, 2 or 3 evenings, however long it took me to do this, and then I put it away and worked on something else. So that's my progress on this one. All right, so plans moving forward. For March, there is a chance that I'm not going to start anything. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. That's what I said last month. But if I do start something, it will be this owl, which I still really like, and I want to do it on the Navy Ada. Or it will be this Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit, which I picked up at a garage sale. Actually, it was a church sale for 50 cents. So I have some beading in a couple of projects, or at least one in the Teresa Wentzler, and I'd like to give it a try. I don't love all of the brown white space in the sky because of the paper, but I like it, so I might start this one just to get some bead practice, or I might start nothing. We'll see. I don't know. But part of the reason I'm thinking about not starting anything is I'm thinking about participating in Stitch Mania, which I've never done before. I'm not even part of the group yet, and I don't think I'll do it the traditional way. So I don't know anything about it. I've just been thinking about it because I've seen people in Flosstube talk about Mania, and I know it's a long way away, but I need to start getting ready for it if that's what I'm gonna do. So my plan for Stitch Mania is to do one whip that has 20 parts. So I've chosen a Prairie Schooler. I'm going to choose 20 from the A Prairie Year and A Prairie Year 2, and I'm going to stitch 20 individual month things, patterns. And I have a plan to use some Ada from my kit to do this. So this is the sort of oatmeal Ada from the Owl Riolas kit. So my plan is to cut this into big enough pieces to sew around the edges and then frame each of these. And then my plan is to have 2 out per month with a little bit of overlap, because I'm not going to do all 24 of them. There's a few that I just don't care for. And this will help me go with Stitch Mania 2020 to be able to do 20 of them. So I have the oatmeal color for the owl, and that is not quite big enough. So I also have this gray Ada that I got at an estate sale, 14 count, and then this white Ada that I also got from an estate sale, it's 14 count. So between the 3 of these, there will be, I guess, 10 sets of months that will go together. And I'm hoping to frame them and then pop them in and out of the frame. It's sort of the way that Sarah, the Stitching Mommy, does with her monthly things, except I'll have 2 of them and they'll just be these little Prairie Schoolers on Ada. So yeah, that's my plan for May, and in order to do that, I need to do some measuring, and then I need to start sewing. So if I don't start anything in March, it'll be because I'm getting ready for that. Yeah, that is all I have really to say. I was thinking about doing another giveaway, but I am not ready for that this video. I picked up, I think I mentioned this last time, I picked up some grab bags of cross-stitch fabric at a thrift store near me. I was just swinging through. Again, I strike out frequently. This time they had some grab bags, and I could just tell that it was cross-stitch right away. So I need to go through those and, use them to kit up some of my things. And I've already grabbed a couple that I don't think that I'll use, and I'd like to use them in a giveaway. So hopefully next time I'll have a little bit more planning, and I'll think a little bit more about the giveaway and things I want to say. For now, though, I'm glad I got to come back and give you guys an update. I'm going to post some update pictures on Instagram, so hopefully you can see a little more detail. And otherwise, we're just waiting for some snow. Hopefully I'll be able to stitch some tonight. I don't even know which one I'll pick for tonight. Hey, bud. Wanna go say hello? Theodore. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great March, and I should be back in about a month. So happy stitching. Bye.